Welcome to Up Late with Friends. I'm your boy Danny Jones. We are back.
Yeah.
We got Michael Ziccola. He's like 50% of
Here
where
I am.
He should be.
I've been sneezing, but it's all right.
Can't stop sneezing.
He can't stop
I
sneezing.
can't stop sneezing, dude.
We got Frank Wolf, and we got my guy Johnny Bart in the house. Dude.
Johnny Bart, kid.
This guy is a fucking madman. We are so glad to have him here. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fucking amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, everything is, I mean, my life is, I'm just blessed every single day, man. I've waited 10,000 days to enjoy my life, and since I've been out of prison for 2 years, I haven't had a bad day.
10,000 days.
I was about to say, is that the close? What's
It's about 10,000 days,
Yeah.
27 years, about 10,000 days. And then the first year was halfway house and home confinement. So really, in real terms, I've been out for 1 year.
That's like during trial or whatever.
No, that's coming back
house
in.
afterwards. So you just reintegration into society.
Okay. I thought you were saying in the beginning, like posted bail and house
shit.
arrest.
All right, so
I never had bail.
I didn't let that happen.
To believe it or not, I mean, just to give you a little background on that, my case started as a death penalty case. So what they did was they abolished the death penalty federally, and in 1996, they re-implemented it. And I was the first case to go to Washington.
this is out of Massachusetts.
Out of Massachusetts.
That's basically
What?
multiple fuck ups. Now you're in.
So no, I mean, not really that. Just my case was a death penalty case because it was a murder involved.
So
in the case.
let's before we go there, let's just bring this back. So
Okay.
you're an East Boston kid, right? Is that
East Boston my whole
East
life.
Boston,
Born and raised.
All right, so take us back, like to the very beginning. Like when did like your criminal life start? I guess.
No, it's a phenomenal question because I always say I preface this with everybody, and I say that. And everybody talks about change.
Yeah.
And everybody said things have changed so much, how much. So when we become conscious of who we are, so I was probably about 12, 13 years old when that happened.
Yep.
I was born in 68. You could do the math.
Yep.
I believed anyway, and I'm sure a lot of people can identify with this, is I believed that I looked around and said, I'm Johnny Bart. This is my neighborhood. This is the way it always was. This is the way it's always going to be.
Yep.
And, I'm going to make sure of that.
And no one's going to change it.
But, the whole thing is the reality is I got caught in 1 second in time. Everything's been changing up until that point, and everything changes after that point. That is the reality of the only thing is constant is change.
Yeah.
So that's the reality. When people, and I say this is like an old person thing, they're like, it's not the way it used to be. Nothing's the way it used to be.
No.
Yeah. Nothing is ever. Nothing is static.
Yes.
Everything is dynamic all the time.
Everything always is
life
going to
is
suck in
fleeting.
the moment, right? Like it doesn't matter whether you're worried about fucking AI taking over the world or whether you're worried about fucking
people worry about
East
stuff
Boston.
that don't matter.
Right.
Well, and that's, everybody's lead question to me
Yeah.
is, you're an East Boston kid. How did you get wrapped up in a motorcycle club instead of the mafia?
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I'm
So,
thinking. Yeah.
The thing is in my neighborhood, right, there was a lot of serious guys in the North End that was serious guys. Everybody knew they were serious guys, right?
Yeah.
But in my neighborhood, what happened after that is because the impetus for these kids acting like what we call plastic gangsters, right? Well, looking at these guys that were really gangsters. So what I seen in my neighborhood was a lot of that, like people trying to act like hard guys, trying to act like guys, but they were nobody.
No, I mean everybody from Boston to the North Shore thinks they're Scarface. So but some of them actually are.
No, you're right. So, but in my neighborhood, I know who was who. But I'm saying, so that was the kind of facts that led me up to see guys in the club, see guys Hell's Angels, and be like, wow, that's the real deal.
Yeah.
Because guys were from Lynn. I wasn't from Lynn.
Yeah.
My Uncle Bobby ran the Palace nightclub.
Oh, fucking
The
Bahama
Palace
Beach Club
complex.
Yeah.
So there was like
Before.
20 nightclubs in one club under one roof.
Yeah.
It was the most amazing nightclub. If you were around to witness it and experience it, you knew how great it is looking back in hindsight.
Yeah.
So he hosted a lot of the events up there for other guys in the club. So I just started to get acclimated with these guys, and I was like, wow, I started to see a whole different genre of, people that were clicked up, So I went from my neighborhood where there was kids I thought were plastic gangsters, of course with the real guys, but they weren't really around every day.
Yeah.
Around me every day were like Italian kids trying to act like they were gangsters, but they really weren't.
Yeah, they weren't like actually tied
plastic.
in.
We call them plastic gangsters.
No shit.
So when I seen this, I was really attracted to it, and that's how I really became a part of the club.
And so which part, like, was that Lowell? That would be the...
Salem.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Mass?
Salem, Mass.
Yeah, right. So when...
Not much going on in Salem, New Hampshire.
When did you get patched in to the Angels?
So really a lot of the stuff with the club I really don't talk about.
Okay.
Because it's an entity that's greater than me.
Yeah.
I left the club. I'm not in the club anymore.
Okay.
But I got tremendous amount of respect for everybody in the club.
Yeah.
I always tell people like about the club is that nobody in the club ever said no to me, especially when I was locked up. I went to school.
All respect.
Everything that I ever wanted, guys in the club took care of.
Yeah.
And I remember that I had an interview with Vice TV, and they asked me, hey, listen, tell us something that nobody knows about the club.
You said, suck my dick.
No, and I said, there's one interesting fact that nobody knows, that only I know, is if you believe that I'm a changed man, and I've been changed throughout my journey in prison and changing through education, those are the guys that were the impetus for that change because they paid for my education and they paid for every move. So, and then they never called me back after that, of course, because they wanted to hear something
They
juicy
want
about
something
it.
that they
Of
can-
course.
yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of fucking big mouths out there
Yeah.
and shit. Like, well, so that's actually a good question. So it's like, so I see a lot of interviews these days. Like, I actually really respect that about you, that you just fucking tight-lipped on that. That's good. But like, I see so many of these like guys that were in the mafia or in biker gangs on a lot of these podcasts,
Yeah.
like really revealing like a lot of crazy fucking shit. It's like, how are these guys not dead?
So, I mean, here's the way you have to look at things like that. Obviously, I mean, there's a good standing, there's a bad standing.
Yeah.
So what can you do? I mean, this is my personal opinion. Like I said, I can't get in the mind of anybody else, and
Yeah.
I can't speak for other people,
Yeah.
and I can't speak for an entity that's much greater than me. But me personally,
Yeah.
what can you do to a guy sitting with a microphone talking about esoteric knowledge that you're not supposed to talk about? If me and you were involved in we're our family.
Yeah.
My mother said, what's said in this house stays in this house.
Yeah.
If you ever talked about stuff,
Piece of shit.
I mean, you're just, to me, yeah. I mean, what can I do with you? I can't. What am I going to do? Beat you?
Yeah.
All the beatings in the world ain't going to make you.
Yeah.
Well,
take
this
what
yeah.
you said back to put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's impossible.
Code of
we
silence.
just know that these are the flunkies,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
These are the
right.
people that whatever. There's no. So you listen. There's been. Just think about this. Not everybody's happy all the time, right? So I'm sure there's people that that I know that are my friends, and people that are close to me, and people that aren't close to me that know me aren't happy that that I have a public platform, because not everybody's going to be happy all the time. I try to guard my words as best I can, and I try to give the best representation of myself, because to me my platform is based on my reputation, and my reputation is being a solid guy, right?
Right.
And it's not anything that I that I made for myself. People have made that for me, and I've responded to that. So,
Right.
and I just try to keep my integrity at every step of the way. So,
Right. No, I mean that's the way it should be, especially if you decide in that moment that you're even going to be a part of that life. I feel like if you're going to
Right.
fucking
100%.
have respect
I agree.
for the fucking people that are around you and shut your
100%.
fucking mouth. Like,
So just think about this. I've struggled with a lot of different things while I was incarcerated, right?
Yeah.
And but I just, I developed something that's probably a superpower, and it's endurance, to endure this stuff every single day. But I've never said nothing. When I was in prison,
keeping a
it was
positive attitude and like keep going, like that's
yeah. So
does that
just think about that. But just think about it's a fascinating thing when everybody says, how do you? So when you're in jail, right, and you're in jail for a year, you've done one straight year in prison,
Yeah.
right? I don't know what your situation is, but me, like not being with a woman, I'm a young kid,
Yeah.
not being with my friends, not being with my family.
Yeah, how old were you when you
getting
went
sick.
away?
27 years old.
okay, so you
And
were
I-
like in your fucking prime, dude, and you freaking.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but now, You do 1 year. Forget it. Let's say you do 10. Let's say you do 20 full years in prison and you still got 15 to go. Yeah. So how do you measure that? Like, how do you wrap your mind around, like, and you see people go home every day, you know, and people talking to you, be like, man, I can't believe this judge gave me 36 months. I should have never got it. Look at this. And they're like, oh, man, I can't talk to you. And I'm like, no, you can talk to me about it. Everybody's time is their time. They got to wrap their head around it. Yeah. I just happen to win that contest all the time. I'm not happy about that, but it is what it is, right? Yeah. I mean, my happiness or my existence isn't dependent on your sentence. Somebody's going to be sentenced, whether it's you sitting there, whether it's 25 other people, whatever. So, but that's the hardest part of the whole thing, and that's why I think it's almost a superpower, is that endurance to get through every single day. And not only get through every single day, but I did something for my mind and my body every day. Yeah. You know, I didn't eat sugar. You know, I refrained from eating sugar. You know, I had a couple of days.
Refined sugar, like added sugar
to
shit.
Added sugars and shit. Garbage food.
It's not like you're avoiding fruit.
Well, every food has, you know, every food boils down to a monosaccharide, right? You know, so we have to have that. But I'm saying, any empty calories is what I stayed away from. I stayed away from junk food, stuff like that. Of course,
how hard is that in jail? I mean, it's like you're living fucking on ramen noodles and fucking.
It's extremely hard. So you have to have a. Hold on, we can let this guy chime in because he definitely had to do some time.
Absolutely, yes, I did.
What was your
not
diet?
long periods?
Mathac. I've done it. Yeah.
Did you ever have a tent on Mass and Cass?
What is it?
How you doing?
I've been there, dude.
He did like a month.
But I'm saying but he.
It was the worst month of his life.
So now multiply that by like 1 million.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, so that was the difficult task for me, was to keep this pace and to keep this intensity.
Yeah.
Tenacity.
But the intensity of doing a bid, like every day, working out, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, when people are up all night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to sleep when everybody's up. Trying to be up when everybody's sleeping. And trying to just work.
That is crazy, because like long term, there's guys in there long term that want to get on a schedule, want to whatever. But then you have guys that aren't there on a long term, and they're like just
doing dope.
Yeah,
you know, if you don't have resources in the joint, I had resources. I could make a phone call.
They were helping you out and shit.
Everybody my god, it was fucking.
So that's good. Like, I mean, but again, it's because you did right by people.
So. Yeah, thank God. But I'm saying, I know a lot of people that did right by people that didn't have anybody.
No shit.
You know what I mean? So, you know, there's people that get taken care of and people that don't. I've just been tremendously blessed.
Yeah.
You know, having some of a great family right off the rip. Yeah. Great, like, you know, my best friend Gio, he was there through everything for me. Every single step of the way he was there. Yep. All the way up until the first day, until the last day when I met him outside in the parking lot. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Love that.
So it's weird when you're sitting there and you're like, how the fuck am I gonna eat food and how am I gonna do?
I never had that problem.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's amazing. Yeah. It's like
there's a lot of people in prison. Even just think when people get out of prison, people are struggling.
Well, so that's a big thing. It's like people get out of jail. It's like, you know, you're a fucking felon. How the hell are you going to get a job? Who's going to fucking help you out? Is somebody going to? A lot of these people. How are you going to eat? How are you going to eat? Right, you get out of jail. You got nothing. Most people don't have family or friends.
Yeah, what's
like, especially after fucking 20 years, like. Everyone forgot about you for the most part. And I mean, luckily that didn't happen for you, but like most people, what exactly got you into this predicament, I guess?
So how did I get into trouble?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a bunch of felonies. I'm saying that one was simple.
Right.
But I'm saying, so I had a bunch of assaults beforehand. Mm-hmm. So I had like 3 assaults. I had assaults on police officers. So I had a pretty bad record going in, which wasn't really a bad record because I never went to prison. I figured, I'm good. I never went to prison.
Yep.
Like beating things as you were going, kind of.
Well, not only that, but I got continued without a finding. Witnesses didn't show up. So, but I had a couple of those cases. We went and talked to people, so they didn't show up for court. So I was doing never went to prison. My mother used to say every day,
you're lucky.
I can't believe you came back this time. I can't believe you came back. Yeah. So, but what happened was the reality of this was the feds were already investigating me.
Yeah.
So they had a little agreement with the state that as soon as I got arrested, they let me out.
Yeah.
So, you know, what happened was, what I started to do was think that, everything's all set. But then I started to kind of put two and two together, and I'm like, the feds are building a case.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew that after a while. After I got out 3 assault and batteries on a police officer,
Yeah.
they let me out that day.
Jesus
after
Christ.
paying like $1,800 fine,
Yeah.
that something's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something was up.
They're trying to
that
build
day.
something
How
bigger.
soon after that experience was like?
Getting indicted by the
Yeah,
feds.
the whole
Probably like it was a full
snowball.
summer. It was a full summer. They investigated us for a full summer. And what happened was right in the middle of this investigation for this full summer, I ended up running the guy over and killing him. So right in the middle of all this drug trafficking, all this stuff,
Yeah.
I just silver platted them above.
Yeah, here you are.
You know?
Yeah.
So that was pretty bad timing for me.
That is bad timing. So, so that was the actual case though.
So the case was it was a drug dealing case. It was methamphetamine and cocaine,
Okay.
trafficking in methamphetamine and cocaine.
Oh, shit.
That was the whole case. So now I got an upward departure for the murder.
Okay, so they weren't even. So
now-
I thought you went away for the fucking
after
murder
the
streak.
murder,
I was
were-
gonna say, what were all the items that you? So give us the whole court case.
Yeah, can you
So
can you
per
break it down?
item,
I don't know how you can.
you
That's
got
what I'm saying. It's all
years
public
for,
information.
You
Yeah.
got years for each thing.
So what happened was this: the government gave me a memorandum
yeah.
and give me a whole bunch of people's names on it, saying that if you plead out to 35 years, none of these guys are going to get in trouble.
35 fucking years?
And if you pled out to 35 years also, so
All
they
right.
said there's a whole nother list of people that's not going to have to come back to the grand jury and testify. And if they don't testify against you,
Yeah.
then we're putting them in jail for the life of the grand jury, which is 1.5 years. So their time stops.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was better, just instead of having 25 guys get messed up,
Yeah.
I'd just take the whole
You
thing.
took the heat. So 27.
Where potentially, even if those guys
Man,
did
yeah.
get messed up, you could still potentially get fucked regardless.
No,
So-
well, they gave me an option that they would give me a concrete 35-year plea agreement.
and then you luckily got out after 27. So the original fucking thing was 35.
The plea was 35, 420 months.
Jesus.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
and then there's some things that happened down the road. Like I got,
Good time and shit.
Trump passed a law. I became eligible for the drug program where I initially wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's some things that are down the road.
Yeah.
But initially,
So were you a user or just a fucking dealer at that point?
I mean, I've when I went around the club, I never used drugs. Before, when I was a young kid, I
Yeah.
used drugs, but I got clean.
Yeah. Okay.
So being in the club, I
So
never
it was
used drugs.
strictly fucking making
Drug dealing. Yeah,
Okay.
just making money. And the thing is, everybody always tries to put the onus on other people, on my friends and stuff like that. But I sold drugs to make money for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just an individual thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I did what I did for me.
Yeah.
Even like...
So
I
that
didn't-
wasn't club shit. That
I
was just
didn't,
fucking.
but I didn't.
That was just
I didn't join the club so people could tell me what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I just did what I did. And if you're my friend, if you're a cop, if you're a priest, no matter what you are, you're a criminal. If somebody's trying to kill you, I'm gonna try to kill them first. That was my method of thinking back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and we were in those kind of times. So, that was just stuff I did on my own volition.
And and from what I've seen is a lot of like stuff about like collecting. That was like also a part of your life.
I
or-
mean, if I'm a drug dealer, I got to collect debts too, right?
Okay. Right. All right.
So if one person fucks me over, then the whole world can fuck me over.
Exactly.
So
No shit, dude. It's fucking wildlife, dude.
I just came to the stark realization the other day that I don't know not one person that sells drugs.
Well, I mean, it's good.
I've thoroughly avoided all of that
I don't know
over the
how
years.
people-
I used to do
How do people
stuff,
even
but
get away with that anymore?
I have no
Well,
idea.
dude,
I think
that's
you're
the
crazy
scariest
to do
fucking
it.
thing.
This
right now.
is
Like,
why
yeah.
I asked the question.
Well, so, I
because
mean,
how
it was a
the
different-
fuck do you
it was
do
a
it?
different
30
time.
years ago.
Yeah, it was a different time.
30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Yeah, but realistically, I mean, like now with everyone's got a fucking tracking device on them at all times.
Wow.
Like you're
I was
out there
8
trying to
when
fucking
you were selling
collect
drugs,
debts.
bro.
Fucking.
Wow.
Could you imagine? Can you
I'm
imagine?
38 right now, so just 30 minus.
No, but I mean, it's fucking wild. He
How old were you when you were doing
was
this?
like in his 20s.
I was 26 years old when I went
Yeah.
to prison.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a whole different freaking world. So that's crazy too. It's like coming out of prison. Like was it just a massive culture shock?
So it's a funny question, and it's one that nobody really foresaw happening because I had a furlough to go to a lower security prison. So I was in a low security prison going to a camp, a minimum. So it just so happened that the warden and the case manager at the right time said, we're going to start giving furloughs because it costs too much money to transfer inmates that are going to a camp with no fences anyway. You can walk away from the camp. Why not just get yourself there?
No shit.
So just give you a bus ticket. So they give you like $100 bus ticket. They say it costs like...
Yeah, because if you want to leave at that point, you're just going to leave.
Anyway.
Yeah.
They say it costs like $30,000 to transfer an inmate. Go ahead, go hold over, handcuffed, security.
That's government.
That's government.
They also
they fucking escalate the
They charge
price to make them to make
$8,000 for a little screw on an airplane that costs fucking 30 cents. Yeah. So whatever.
Now, everybody's like, man, Johnny, wait till you see how fast things out there change so much. You're going to be shell-shocked. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So they gave me taxi money to bring you to the bus station.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, yo, when I walked out of the door, out of the prison, right? I forgot I was even in prison, bro.
It was just instant.
Yeah. Instant. It was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Like, so I realized
But you did
at
what you
that
were
very
supposed to
moment
do.
that
So-
I was fucking shell-shocked in prison.
Yeah.
When I went back to prison, and I had an 18-hour furlough. When I got back to prison 2 days later, right? Like a day and a half later, then I was shell-shocked. I was fucking... Right, listen, I got in the taxi. I was like, yo, my man, what's up? I give him a $20 tip, went to a Dunkin' Donuts, gave the broad a $20 tip. She was like, I said, sweetheart, best day of my life. It's going to be the best day of your life. Whatever, right? Just like
This is out of jail?
Ever left the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you did though. So like you had to rebuild yourself as soon as you came out.
So
though,
now,
right? Like,
now getting
That's
back to when I got out.
Let you. They're like, here you
Here you go. See you later.
Get your taxi.
But you know, and I tell people this, and I was telling the kid Ian Bick the same thing. I just interviewed
which is a
him.
crazy fucking story, dude. That's
Yeah.
insane that you're
Yeah.
picking on that show already.
So now he come to my house and interviewed me at
No
my
shit.
house. He came to my house
No
to
way.
get the story. Yeah, he was the first guy.
That's what's up.
So, but like I was telling him, this, like we were just talking about, like, you know, this guy just, you know, validated that people struggle when they get out. You know,
Yo, yeah.
firsthand,
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
when I got out, like people gave me bags of money. But one guy gave me 10 bands. Another guy gave me 10 bands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had my friends that come and pick me up. Here, take this, take this,
but
take
I
this.
mean, if you-
thousand.
But if you were a
Are you fucking
thousand.
serious?
Yeah, but dude, I mean, it's
That's
because
all
you
love. I
dude,
love
you
that.
did
For
what?
27
What
years for
what do
people,
you what do you do with that fucking
Paying
money?
bills, bro.
He bought a bunch of strippers.
Yeah. Went to Colombia.
Going to Colombia, dude. Throwing bands, baby.
So no, listen.
You fucking
so,
animal.
So the thing is that my reintegration into society, listen, as you can probably tell, I can sit here and talk the ears off a wooden Indian statue.
Yeah, it
You
was
know what I'm
just
saying?
good, yeah.
I'm an extroverted person.
Yeah.
I don't need drugs or alcohol to make me have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
So I just think that for me, like I said, the shell shocked was in jail.
Yeah.
And I just did what I had to do. How did I do it? I can't tell you how I did it.
Yeah.
Because looking back now in hindsight, see, the thing about life is, right, you can only live it going forward.
Yeah.
But understanding it, you can only do it in reverse, right? So when you look back at something, right,
Yeah.
you look back in reverse and say, like, how the hell did I do that?
Yeah.
I don't even know how I did that.
Because I mean, right now, the way you live in your life, like, dude, going back to that situation, that would be
it would be skull crushing.
That would be fucking completely different. Like,
So it's almost an instance where, like, I was ignorant to what life was.
well,
right?
dude, 27 years, like you have to just adjust to a completely different life. Like
And you do.
Yeah, you couldn't even, because if you just every day woke up and you were thinking about just like going to the store and, you know, picking up some chick, like, you would go nuts.
Your mind would crush. It would collapse.
You would go fucking nuts. Like, you have to be like,
You weren't
right?
sitting there checking off days, right? Like,
I didn't even think. Listen, I didn't even know I was doing a bit. I just forward, bro.
that you were just
Forward.
thinking this is what life is now.
This is it. This is
Like,
it.
you
this
can't.
is where I am.
If you
So I
is
thought
where
I'd never see in the very beginning.
think you're gonna die in prison.
never ever make it out of prison.
Yeah, you thought you were gonna die there. Like,
That's
if you-
strong.
Because the thing
It's
is,
strong.
like when you're in there, it's like they also know how to trap you to keep you in there too. It's like you get in a couple fights, you fucking hurt somebody.
Did you fuck up anybody?
I mean,
I had 2 shots.
Yeah?
I had 2 assaults when I was in prison.
Yeah.
What-
And does that
do,
like
do you
does that
want to
put you
do you
in
want to
fucking
talk about that
solitary?
or
54 days. Yeah, put you in solitary, lose 54 days, good time.
Yeah. I mean, which is
Yeah.
like fucking nothing when you talk about 27
What the
years.
fuck
Well,
is
just think about
54
it.
days? What is
Now,
the math
just think
on
about
that?
this, though.
That's 27,
Think about-
27.
think
They do the
about-
shortest month possible.
Think about this. When I was 108 days to the door and I was counting them down then, I was like, I'd have been home.
Yeah. So that's
I'd
the
have been
hardest
going
part.
home today.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
anything can happen. Some motherfucker might just...
Well, so that's the thing. It's like it's when you're getting towards the end, like you really.
What is
gotta
it, like
fucking
5
mind
years?
your
How
So
many?
you
How
probably
many?
start
How
thinking
many
about it,
days?
like,
how many days
having-
were you in confinement?
I don't know if I had I probably spent about 2-3 years in the hole altogether.
Oh my God.
So, and then there's times like that didn't even count as disciplinary reports, right? There was one time when I was under investigation for contraband at Schuylkill Camp. When I went back to the low, my first week there, I got into a fight. Some kid sucker punched me. And I beat him up. I mean, I broke his eye socket.
Yep.
But I didn't...
The orbital. That's crazy that
here's
someone
the- listen.
attacks you and you're fucking.
Listen
you're,
to the
you're the one
story.
that has to fucking pay for it. That's
Listen
fucking
to this
stupid.
story. So I'm in the law library, whatever the case may be, is the kid sucker punch me. I hit him back. I break his eye socket. I didn't know this, so I hit him back. Let's just say I hit him back.
just
We don't know
defended
anything.
yourself.
So I hit him back, and then I see blood. I got blood, and I feel the kid got me, and I'm like, first thing I do is I run to the bathroom because the kid's knocked out, laid out, right? I run to the bathroom because I know the cops are coming anyway. So I run to the bathroom like, this fucking faggot got me with a fucking shot, this motherfucker. And I look at my face, nothing's there. So I'm cool. I just walk out of the library and here comes the cops. They're all coming toward me. I'm like, yo, what's up? Put your hands behind your back. I'm like, for what? I look,
What'd I do?
down. There's
What'd I
blood
do?
everywhere. All over me. I'm too stupid. I'm worried about my face.
You didn't
so vain. I didn't see that there's blood. Now listen to the story. This kid. It's a great story.
Yeah.
So now usually what happens is, now I never even got in trouble for this. I'm thinking to myself, there's cameras everywhere in education.
Yeah.
There wasn't not one camera, believe it or
in
not.
the fucking library, there's
Listen,
no cameras.
Where'd they go to get
Listen,
smarter, Dan?
And listen to this. Check this out.
Yeah.
So now the cop comes and he's like, hey, Bart, check this out. Everybody hated that guy. He's a big mouth in the library. I'm glad you fucking beat him up, And I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
I didn't beat him up. He goes, listen, I don't care if you did or you didn't. Everybody's glad that you did.
you.
He goes, but there's a little bad news here. I said, what? He goes, they just took him to the hospital. His eye socket's messed up. I'm like, ugh.
Oh no.
Now I'm thinking, there's cameras. Now I'm going to get indicted.
Yeah, right.
I'm getting indicted for an assault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Another charge is not what we're looking
so
for.
now
there.
it's outside charges. But what happened was, listen to this. I see the guy that I had to fight with, Muslim dude from Philadelphia, turned out to be a fucking good kid. So I see him out in the cage. I'm like, right hand, he's right there. And I'm like, yo, my man, what's up? And he's like, nah, man, I didn't say nothing to them. I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't say nothing either. You know what I'm saying? He goes, yeah. So now the investigators go see him. They come see me. I'm like, boss, listen, check this out. I don't know anything. That's my statement to you is I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, blah, blah. They start getting crazy. And I'm like, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And now that I said I don't know anything saved my life. Because usually your first inclination is to say, I'm just defending myself.
Yeah.
The guy hit me, I hit him back.
Yeah.
That's what anybody would say.
Yeah.
But me, I've always learned that if you say it wasn't me, then you're saying it was somebody else.
Yeah,
so I
you're-
said, I just don't know anything.
Yeah.
That's my statement.
Keep your fucking mouth shut.
So now listen to this. Listen to how this plays out.
Yeah.
The black dude, they go interview him one last time. And they're like, okay, you're saying nothing happened. He goes, but I'm kind of perplexed. He said, why did Bartolomeo have blood all over his shorts and his shirt?
Oh my God.
You know what the guy said? Oh, that must have been the guy to help me up.
Fucking.
So now if I said I was defending myself,
It's a lie.
I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I'd be in the shoe,
Yeah.
and that's it. But because I said I didn't do anything, I don't know anything, and the guy said, oh, that might have been the guy to help me up. Made sense, right?
No shit.
So they let us both out of the shoe. How cool was that?
So that's fucking.
Where were you?
So he.
Wait,
so they didn't like this
Yo,
guy, but at least he
yo,
wasn't a
wait,
fucking rat.
Props to the guy.
Yeah, I was about to
Props
say
to-
respect
Where
to
were
that
you
guy.
being kept?
I was in, you wouldn't know where it is. It's Elkton, Ohio.
Okay.
Oh, so you weren't doing your time out here?
Well, I'm saying I was in 12 different federal institutions. That was just one of them.
Oh no shit.
So now.
So they ship you around the country. They don't just keep
Oh,
you.
yeah,
it's a
I've been all
federal-
over the
Well, I
country.
don't know.
Did they put you in the pink?
The who?
No,
The
that's-
pink?
That's Arizona.
That's Arizona.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Arizona state system.
Yeah.
That's that guy Joe something. But
That's the
anyway,
DUI
this
thing.
guy, right? This other guy. Usually, what happens is somebody will say what I should have said. Somebody will be like, oh, I was defending myself. And the administration will not like the other person and transfer the other person. But on the day me and this guy got out of the shoe, we walked out together.
Yeah.
Everybody on the compound was like, never seen that before.
fuck?
Because what's that tell you? Somebody tells.
Yeah.
Somebody always tells.
Yes.
Somebody always says, and they might not even say, this guy hit me up. They might just say, I was defending myself. But that's telling.
It implicates something.
It implicates somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I said, I don't know anything. And the other dude said, that's the dude that helped me up. And that made sense to them. Wow. Go ahead. You guys can get out.
That's a good story.
Yeah, it's a great, listen, and it was a great story in there at that time.
Yeah.
Showing everybody that the last 20 friends they had that, got
That's
out
how you
and
should have
hanging
been
out with
operating.
them.
Yeah.
He probably
Yeah.
said something
Fucking
fucked
mouth.
up, and the other dude got shipped.
That's it's a good lesson for you guys if you
Shipped-
ever make a bitch.
shipped
Just shut
where?
your fucking mouth, dude.
You guys asked that great question that if you got a 35-year sentence, how did you get out in 27 years, right?
Yeah, right.
So what had happened was I never thought I would be eligible for a drug program because I thought I had a violent crime. But my case didn't count as a violent crime because I got charged with drugs. The upward departure for murder was uncharged conduct. I got an upward departure from a judge to make it 35 years, but I was never indicted for it.
So you weren't indicted. You weren't indicted for the. You weren't indicted for the murder.
Weren't indicted for the murder. Was never indicted, never found guilty. But I got extra time for it due to. So there's two standards.
that
Like
like
bolt it
so
all together.
There's two standards of evidence, right?
Okay.
The one that you know about is what? Beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
Right? You have to be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right. I thought that's the only way you can be.
There's another standard in the feds called a preponderance of the evidence. A judge on his own volition.
So associating something with something else.
You don't need a jury to do that.
Yep. So a judge. So this is where it's crazy in the feds. And what, along with this preponderance of evidence standard, you can actually be found not guilty of something. So I'll give you a good example. A friend of mine, he was found guilty of drugs, right? Not guilty of attempted murder, but a judge during sentencing said, I believe you were responsible for that
Bolted in.
attempted murder.
Yeah.
And due to a preponderance of the evidence, I'm giving you more time for it. Yep, found not guilty by a jury. So,
Wow. I didn't know that could happen.
There can be a whole nother show on that, and there can be another 35 shows on that.
shit.
But that can happen.
That's fucking
It-
terrifying.
it's terrifying.
So you could be not guilty by a
jury
by your peers.
of your peers, and a judge can
And a
still
judge
give
can
you
still
time.
give you time for
but
that
you
sentence.
have to be found guilty of one. Now, if you're only convicted,
That's only federal crimes.
that's
correct?
that's the feds.
At the
so
federal
if you have like a drug case and there's an attempted murder, if you got found guilty for a gram of cocaine, then you can get an upward departure. But if you got found not guilty for the drugs and not guilty for the murder, then the judge can't give you.
There's
a-
nothing because
There
there's
has
nothing
to be something attached.
nothing to tell
to
you
the
you're
crime.
guilty.
Yeah, but
Right.
still, like
So
if
it's
you
crazy.
if you get fucking found
It's
guilty because
insane.
you got a
Bro,
fucking
listen,
brick on
I
you, even
agreed
still.
to this, right? I agreed to the plea deal
Yeah.
because I wanted to help my friends and I wanted to resolve the case myself without the possibility of going to jail forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I agreed to it. But can you imagine agreeing to even like that in American jurisprudence that this exists?
Yeah.
That you could be given time
Yeah, that's
just by a
crazy.
judge's determination that, you know what? You might not have been indicted for this, but I'm going to give you some more time for it. I agreed to it, granted.
That
but
makes me think of all the dumb bullshit where, like,
Yes.
20 years later, someone's like, "Oh, we found DNA, and he
Well,
was
I mean,
never found
there
guilty."
has to be a nexus.
Yeah,
There has to be.
Yeah, it all intertwines. Like
Yeah,
all
so there
these,
has to
all
be a
these
nexus for it.
activities.
It's not like you could get into a car accident, drunken driving when you were 17,
Yeah.
and then when you're 40, they can
Yeah.
re-indict you for it. That's nothing like that.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
It has to be a serious connection during
Yes.
that fucking
associated. to
right. So it's
said
not
crime.
like yeah.
But still,
it's
you
still
know,
scary to think
still-
that you
There's
can
plenty
be.
of room for doubt.
Yes.
There's plenty of room
Well,
for doubt
when there's-
across the board.
reasonable doubt and you've beat that standard,
Yeah.
that's
And you're
It's a
allowing
slip-
one person
it's a
to make
slippery-
that decision.
Now, my other friend didn't agree like I did. I agreed because it resolved my case, got a lot of people out of trouble, made people's lives not have to change at all. They already did. People not to get indicted. But in his case, the judge said, yeah, you got found not guilty, but I believe you did it, and I'm giving you time for it.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Fucking crazy.
That's wild. So after that happens, that I found out that I'm now eligible for the drug program, I can go to a drug program, which was in McKean. I was in New Hampshire at the time at Berlin camp.
Yep.
I had to go to, not McKean, I'm sorry, in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. I had to go there to do the drug program.
Yep.
So I went there, and in the time that this was happening, Trump passed the First Step Act,
Yes.
where I got 1 year credit because of all the
And doesn't the First
that
Step Act like basically say 50% of your time? Isn't that pretty much what that does?
That's just a real generous way to read into it. But
Okay.
you know, I mean, if that was the
Because
case,
you automatically
I'd
do
have went home
85% of
that
your
day.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not that way.
Right. Okay. Because that's what I thought. The
Up
First
to
Step Act
1 year.
Okay. So, and then, I mean, so because when you got indicted, that was like friggin' just say no time.
1996. That was the draconian time in law.
That was like when they were locking everybody
Hammering
up and
people.
throwing away
So
the key.
I just did an episode on my YouTube channel called The Pendulum.
Yep.
Because, you know, justice kind of swings like a pendulum.
Well, yeah.
In the 70s, there was easy on crime. You went to prisons, you could get packages.
80s,
Yeah.
Reagan came in
Yeah.
and fucking shut it down.
Shut
with
everything down.
With the friggin' just say no type
Now
of
the
shit.
pendulum's swinging the other way.
Well,
to-
no. So drugs are also just a different mindset at the altogether at this point, right? Like if you're a user in any way, shape, or form at this point, even if you're dealing, they're like, maybe you've got an addiction problem, and
Right.
let's help
Yeah.
you.
So
let's
that's-
help you get away.
That works out good for a lot of people, right? But
Yeah.
What is there? There's room for abuse in any system, right?
Yep.
You know, we want to try to help people in addiction. I'm a recovery coach.
Yep.
I work for Power Recovery in Revere.
Yep.
Right. I think we do a lot of great things for a lot of great people.
That's good.
That are struggling with addiction. But now in any system, there's room to abuse the system.
Yep.
Because what do we start doing? Let's work under the table and still try to get our home benefits.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
When somebody else might need that benefit. You know what I'm saying? So, and listen, I'm about angles. I love angles. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to cut corners if I can
Yeah.
legally, right? I mean, everybody's looking for an edge,
Yeah.
so I get it. I don't judge people. You know, do what you do. But I'm just saying, these are the things that negate these type of programs. This is why I say, okay, we're going to do this program. We're going to, you know, we've fought for so long for people in addiction to have benefits where they can get a recovery coach, where they can get a bed and a detox, where they can, you know, get into sober living. You know what I'm saying? And we have all these great people like, you know, Matty Powers, like Matt Gannum, like Eric Spofford,
Yep.
like Slane, that are doing all these things where, you know what? It's not just about money for us too. We're going to give people scholarships because they need it and they can't get insurance.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of people, and you know, it's. Yeah, no, I mean, and the recovery community has grown, so
It really has.
It's,
I feel like it's
no,
massive.
Spofford was massive in this area. Dude.
yeah,
Like,
right. So
he
you know
was-
him from here, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's Wyndham. Like that's right up the street from us. Like
Right.
we spent some time with him.
You know, what was the impetus for this dramatic change in my life, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I live with me every day, so I don't really see a dramatic change, but everybody sees a dramatic change.
Well, for sure. I mean, obviously you had a pretty serious job, and now you're out there fucking trying to help people, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, and I just kind of, I made a reel on Instagram saying that, you know, the difference between living an antisocial life and a pro-social life. The antisocial life, the currency is violence, and a pro-social life is the currency is humility. So it's.
I love that.
I mean,
That's
well,
a
we
fucking great
so
statement.
we
dude.
have we all have egos. I know I do. When
Yeah.
I speak for myself, I have a big ego even now. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's just I think it's just part of, you know, coming where I came from, who I am. You know, so it's hard, but I always try to, you know, I say that my philosophy moving forward all the time is my mother's dead, my father's dead, I have a brother that died, I have one brother left, that I try to do something once a day, every day to make my mother proud in heaven, you know, because there's a lot of times that I didn't make her proud, and, you know, but she still supported me. You know, my mother had told me countless times, you know, when I came back from court, she goes, I don't care. She goes, I'll sell the house and everything in it just so you can come home. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's mom, right? That's an unconditional love. And, you know, when I hear people, so I had the same relationship with my father too. So when I hear people say like, I don't get along with my mother, I really can't identify with that, because my relationship with my parents and my family was, you know, just a tremendous relationship that, you know, I miss every day, of course. And I just try to do everything like once a day to make my mother proud. But I just think when you do something that makes you feel good about yourself, makes other people around you feel better. I think that, it gives you a connectivity with people, because it's easy to drive people away, right? Mm-hmm. It's hard to kind of get close to people. Yeah. And we're all part of the human condition. We all kind of want to, everybody says, fuck this person, right? But everybody wants to be accepted. Yeah. Everybody. That's part of human nature. That's to communicate, to have a connection with people. Everybody wants that. Yeah. And I think because my mindset when I left prison, I just felt tremendously blessed just to be able to leave, just to like
you said, you didn't think you were even going to fucking ever walk out of there.
I never thought I would. I just never thought, but I lived every day that I was getting out like it was going to be tomorrow, but I never thought I'd get out. Yeah. And I always thought to myself, like, why the fuck are you doing this? Yeah. Why would you do this? Yeah. It doesn't even make sense. But then, I would get encouraged by people like athletes who were like guys that were like athletes on the top of their game. And they said like every day, like people doubted me, but I just kept working on my craft. I just kept working, doing what I was doing, and even to this day, I work out. I try to work out. I do a body part once a day. I walk for an hour a day, and I do yoga for 30 minutes a day. And sometimes when I'm doing yoga, I'm like, why am I even doing this? But I say to myself, because it worked for every single day. It got you to this point. And, I'm in pretty decent shape. I feel great. You know what I mean? So I just think that the mechanics of being a human being, you always question, even things if they're working, you question them because you're like, oh man, I just think sometimes the inclination is to become lazy, and I just try not to become lazy every day.
Well, dude, if you're sitting in a fucking cell every single fucking day, I mean, how many people go, I mean, you do always hear like, oh man, I went to jail, I got in the best shape of my life. But like, yeah, that's guys that are like there for 2 years. If you're there for fucking 27 years, how do you not just like give up?
Yeah, it's hard. It's and when you say that, and I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, I just thank God that I didn't.
Yeah. So imagine you'd be dead. You would be. That's how you would have died, though.
This is the payoff.
That's how you would end up being there forever. When you get lazy and you don't want to if you don't have your mind fucking grinding towards something.
You know what the thing is what's wild too is I fought every single day to get through it, and I face a lot of and I'm open about this, and I talk to people about it, that I have like episodes, like psychological episodes where like I feel like I feel like I have deja vu, and I think it's anxiety,
PTSD kind of situation.
And what I do is I try to breathe. I just try to work through it, and I just try to say, hey, listen, I know what this is. You know what I'm saying? But these things are real. These things will play on your mind, and these things will. So you just have to fight through anything, no matter what it is. You just have to fight through it, because you're going to get to a place. And I tell everybody, I said, I fought 10,000 days. If you can hang on for one more day, you're not going to have to wait 10,000 days. Right. Maybe you might have to wait 20, 30, 100, who knows? You're not going to have to wait 10,000 days. You're not going to have to wait 27 years for your day to come. And that's one thing that happens. Listen, here's the bottom line. If you hang on long enough, your day is going to come. There's no question about it. It's not like, it's just a matter of when it's going to happen. I used to gamble a lot when I was a kid. And I remember one day in my life where I went to the Hush track in Rockingham, and I hit like 6 out of 7 races for like $30,000, went to Wonderland and parlayed it for another $10,000. You have that one day. That one day is going to come. The rest of the days, you're not going to win. Right. You might win a little, you lose a little, you win a little. You might have a good day. You might win a couple $1,000.
Does it even out? I don't know.
You're never going to have that one day. Yeah. But if you don't hang on, you're never going to have that day.
Right.
You're going to have it.
Yeah. And that's what we hope for all of our lives. Like we honestly work every single fucking day to try to have that fucking day in the sun. Like
you're gonna have it,
and that's what we do. What we do.
So after 10,000 days, I've been out for 2 years. I haven't had a bad day.
I mean, how could you?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's people that didn't have what I have, didn't have the welcome that I had. Yeah. Didn't listen. The phenomenon about prison, when people getting out of prison, first year people die. A lot of people I know.
No shit.
A lot. Not just from overdose. You would think, oh, the drugs are stronger. Few people have, but I know people that have died. Motorcycle accidents, heart attacks, just, natural death, car accidents. Yeah. It just so happens that, people die the first year out of prison.
That's pretty crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, you don't really think about that. But yeah, I mean, you don't know how to handle life quite the same.
Right. I'm saying, you're
Everything's different.
you're not equipped to navigate these things.
Right. Or just really just be an adult. I mean, you literally you lived under like the thumb of the government for fucking 20 years.
They told you when to get up. They told you when to eat.
Yeah.
You don't have to go work for food.
Yeah,
You just go to the chow hall at 12.
Yeah. Not just
go
that.
to the chow hall at 7, 12, and 5 when you're going to eat.
Or just learn how to fucking pay bills and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now everything's online.
Right.
You got to learn technology.
Oh
you
my
got to
God,
fucking
that's a tough one.
figure out every single part of life. Like, I mean, obviously you've adapted and learned technology pretty fucking quick because you're friggin', you're obviously pretty savvy to grow.
I'm assuming you had something, right? Towards the tail end, whether it was a cell phone or a...
So, I mean, you have cell phones, but it's contraband. If you get caught with it, you do another year in prison, or they'll take away that year that I got off of the First Step Act, take a year. They could have took the 2 years. If they find the phone, you can take them 2 years right away.
Hide that shit.
It's another 2 years. So, but my last year, I just didn't
fuck around.
Nah, I didn't use anything.
Yeah.
But now they had email computers. They had some tablets in there that you could just watch movies and buy music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were not, you couldn't.
So you understood touchscreens. Like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
I understood the concept, but don't forget, everybody thinks like you're in a dungeon for 30 years. No, you're not. You're watching TV, you're getting visits, you see on programs, people are using cell phones.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, the greatest thing that I did in prison, my crowning achievement in my life is I taught myself Spanish.
That's
fuck
dope.
yeah.
So that was, I had seen somebody turn around. I'm talking to somebody just like this in English, and the guy goes, says in Spanish, "Dame un plato, quiero cocinar." The guy said, "Give me a bowl, I want to cook." I went, and it was one of the most impactful moments
It just
of my
like
life.
registered that you knew what he was saying.
I didn't know.
Oh, you were saying
no
pre.
clue
Oh,
what
I
he was
thought you were
saying.
saying after you learned, you heard him say that, and you were like, "Oh fuck, I know what this guy's saying."
So it was just some guy said something in Spanish. It was foreign to me. I know what he said now because I know Spanish.
Yeah.
But when he said it, I was like, the fuck did he just, the guy's just speaking English to me. What did he just?
Yeah.
So, and everybody in prison, because there's Spanish TVs in prison on all the time with hot broads on all the time.
Oh, yeah, great weather channel.
I'd watch the weather all day.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody says, "Oh man, I got to learn Spanish." But for the
They don't.
10,000 people that say it, maybe one person does. There was me and maybe a couple of guys I know that learned a good degree of Spanish. I became, you could call it fluent, right? But there's degrees of fluency.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't talk to a doctor. I could if my life depended on it in Spanish. I could, but I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to talk to my lawyer about a criminal case in Spanish. I could get by with it, but I wouldn't want to if I had the choice.
Yeah.
So there's degrees of fluency. Can I go talk to people in Colombia?
Have a
Without a doubt.
conversation. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, that's-
anything. Can I go get a hotel room? I get a ride, call somebody on the phone and communicate with them, tell them anything. I can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So since you've been out, the lifestyle's been pretty fucking good then, huh?
My life, listen, I got zero complaints about my life. I started a clothing line and
Which
27 straight.
27 straight.
So
I like that.
and
you get the whole Boston skyline.
I always
on there?
played around with 27 because I knew that was going to be the number I was in prison, and then I just wrote STR with the number
The
8.
Yeah.
So it's chronologically followed the 7.
Yeah.
27 straight. I
like
never knew what it was going to be. My brother Charlie said, "I've got some shirts. We're going to have a time for you," but it was inclement weather. Nobody. Why don't you? When I first got out, he goes, "Go up, sign the shirts." And put them on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I tell the proverbial story, I spit my coffee out. Went, who's going to buy shirts with my name on them?
Yeah.
But I signed them and sold them all.
And they do.
That leads us to today where,
That's dope.
I made a living last year selling clothing.
No shit.
Wow.
Fuck
you.
yeah.
So, and everybody that is like, even all these big names and, on Instagram and, that sell merchandise, they're like, "Man, I see your shit everywhere." I'm like, "How do you do it?" I'm like, "I don't know." I had a cult following beforehand. Guys in the club were making shirts for me. So people were kind of familiar with the Marathon Man. People had seen that before, and I just kind of used that as a springboard. And
Marathon is like, because 26.2 kind of
26
situation.
is a marathon, right?
Close,
So,
yeah.
and
Close
that's
to the
what I was
marathon.
going to do. So,
Yeah.
and then I started to when I got out, I was fascinated with social media. I started to see it inside. I was looking at it. I was like, wow, look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at girls and looking at, people's pages. Yeah. And I seen that there was potential for prison content. Mm-hmm. And I said, man, I got a story. You know what I'm saying? That I could tell. And I bet you that it would, like,
people would be interested.
It would be something. People would be interested in it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I maybe was tooting my own horn, but I mean,
it's working out.
And it materialized, you know what I'm saying? So, and I had a couple of like things that I did on Instagram go like crazy. I had like a reel that got 1.6 million views. Yeah. Another reel got 500,000 views. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just walking on a beach in Colombia talking about Spanish. Yeah. And I went from 10,000 followers. I was struggling to get to 10 grand. I remember we were doing a podcast in Valari and Revere with me, Ian Bick, Bean Shooter, and this kid, Bobby Lucas. And they were like, you're about to break 10 grand. I was like, nah, I'm still at 8,000. But then I hit 10 grand. And 3 months later, I was at 20 grand.
Fucking great,
I was like,
dude.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's a big jump.
It's a big jump.
That's a jump we need.
Yeah. So I think it's a jump that everybody, if you're into it, but I spend a lot of time. I put a lot of time and effort into it. Yeah. I care about, the content that I create and I always try to bring a positive message to people, and I always try to be genuine. I try to be organic. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to do things that are staged and doing skits. Yeah. Yeah. When I feel something and I think of something, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to talk about this today. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just try to be organic and I try to be genuine. And I think a lot of times that's lost in social media today, and a lot of times in society, but it's really the only thing that I know. Right. So I'm just being me, and everybody's like, wow, this shit's crazy. I'm like, no, I'm just, no, it's not crazy.
But that's what connects with people.
It's my life.
So, but people, it resonates with people.
It really does. No, I mean, and that's what I've noticed. But no, I mean, I really do appreciate that organic, just like being able to just talk straight to the camera and tell your opinion. And I think it does resonate with people. I really think it does. And that's what we do need more of. Like, we do all of our podcasting stuff and it's great, but it's, it's very centered around the podcast. I think we do need to branch out. We do need to, I mean, like you said, you don't love the skits, but I do think it's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah,
like,
not that I don't like them.
It's for what we do, not what he does.
For people, with me, like, I do some stuff like with Jake Scally. I smashed his.
We've been talking to that kid a while ago, dude. I would love to have that kid on the show.
Oh yeah, we'll get him on. Yeah, Jake would love to come on. Jake's a good kid. No, he's a wild kid, but he's a really good kid. I love Jake.
Dude, I talked to him like probably 2 years ago.
I love him. He's a great kid. I spent a lot of time with him.
Yeah,
and he's a younger kid.
Yeah,
he's got
How old
3 kids. He's not even probably maybe 30.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a young kid. He got 3 kids himself.
He's 30 and has 3 kids.
He got 3 kids.
Bless.
Yeah.
God bless.
See, that's what I say to him.
That's wild.
But he's a good dude. He lives near me, and we hang out quite a bit. Yeah. And he's just I mean, he'd been like, what if you want me to do this? You want me to take that? We'll do it. He got a camera, and he's like, I'll take some, I'll do some content for you. Come down to the bar. We're gonna do a scene. I want you to be in it.
Yeah.
Just a good kid.
No, dude, that's literally where I saw you. The first thing I saw you on was the fucking was that friggin' thing where you did with in the bar with the blind guy.
Oh yeah.
That shit's hilarious, dude. Yeah. And then I just started watching all this shit. I'm like, I'm fucking hitting this guy up.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. That was Jake. Yeah. So I mean, I'm always out there with him. He does Danny. He's bent over. He's like, come with me. So that's how I started to. We went back and forth, and he's close with Bean Shooter as well. So and then I would just walk around with him. Sometimes we walk around and I take some stories with Danny bent over, and I'm like, this fucking.
It's pretty funny. Dude.
Listen, he's great.
And it is like so fucking Boston, dude. I see it everywhere.
The thing is that I don't know Jake first. I get on my fucking Instagram and I'm like, yo, this dude is hilarious. Yeah. And then I meet him, hang out with him, and I'm taking stories with this guy because I don't really find a lot of stuff on Instagram interesting. Yeah. Like, girls, beautiful girls. I mean, I find that interesting, obviously.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
I was in prison for 27 years and I'm trying to make up for lost time.
Yeah, man.
So, and there's some things that of course, I like I think the best content creator in the New England area is Bean Shooter, my friend Mike Lee.
Kills it.
I think that, but I'm saying,
dude, he just goes around and fucking just finds
organic.
Organic.
Listen,
just walking up to the cops is fucking hilarious.
I hang out with the guy, like
throwing his coffee. He's like, "Fuck you."
He'll tell you like He'll like, yeah, this guy wants me to do like this skit with him. I don't do that type of stuff. Like Mike is 100% organic, and that's what I like about it. Yeah. And I think for me, he's definitely the best content creator.
No, dude, we've been talking about him. We're like, he's awesome.
Without a doubt. And so what happened with how me and Mike got close was that I got this friend of mine named Ika that we were in Fort Dix together. And he called me one day and he was like, hey, my boy Bean Shooter wants you to be on his podcast. And I'm like, fuck is a bean shooter?
That's funny.
So you didn't know if
I'm gonna send you his Instagram. So he sent me his Instagram, and I'm at that point I really don't even fucking know what Instagram really is, like as much as I know about it now. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, wow, this guy's he's on Instagram. He's doing his thing. And then I remember what happened is my brother Charlie had these 2 tickets to this Bruins game, and I was still on home confinement. I couldn't be out to past 9 o'clock, so I was looking for people to take these tickets, and nobody wanted them. So I was like, oh, I just met that guy Beanshot. I got his number. So I texted him. I'm like, hey, Mike, I got 2 fucking tickets to the Bruins game. And he was like, I don't know. It's kind of late. He goes, you know what? I got my daughter. I'll take my daughter. So he put me on his story and say, hey, thanks to my guy, official Johnny Bartolomeo. I remember seeing it, and I'm like, oh, it was pretty cool, I guess. I don't know what it meant. I didn't even know what it was really at the time. Yeah. And then I remember getting like 200 followers that night. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, wow, this fucking guy Bean-Shoot is fucking pretty cool, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and that's kind of how we hit it off. And then I was on episode 35, which was ironic. And I remember the number of the episode because it's how many years
was your, You know
what I'm saying? 35 years. I was on episode 35 in Bean-Shooter's Gallery. And we had a great time. And, you know, now I co-host a show with him. You know, dude. I mean, we haven't done a show in a little while, but you know, whenever.
No, but he's always making content though.
Yeah, listen, he's the best.
Yeah,
he's the best, no matter what, hands down.
He's a funny fuck, dude.
Hands down for me.
Yeah, no shit.
He's hilarious.
Yeah,
I think he's funny as fuck.
Yeah, no, I'd love to meet that.
The guy, like, you know, you got guys. Like, I got guys that come up to me and they'd be like, oh man, I recognize you from Instagram. What's up? And you take a picture.
Yeah.
But when you go out with him.
I'm sure it's constant.
Forget. You go to a Patriots game, it's like, you know, forget.
I can't even understand how he operates in Lowell. Like, how do you? I know enough people in Lowell that like, hey, how are you? Whatever. I can't imagine being him operating in Lowell. Like that's
he got a huge following for sure. And all the college kids and the high school kids love him.
Oh, they eat it up.
Even the cops like him though. He gives them shit all the time. But
they all know him. All of them know him.
Yeah,
everybody knows him.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny. Man. So how long have you guys been doing that podcast?
Mike's been doing that podcast for a long time. I just started doing it with him the last 6 months, probably.
Yeah.
So how often do you guys film?
We were doing a show a week. You know what I'm saying? We were filming like 2 or 3 times. But you know, he went to Columbia. I'm going to Columbia, so.
It's a good reason to take a break.
Tough life you guys live. You guys need to do a fucking episode in Columbia.
I know. I did one episode about 1%ers in prison.
Yeah.
In Cartagena, and it got like 65,000 views, and a lot of people that were in the club and associated with the club weren't really happy about that episode. Because,
really?
Yeah. I really didn't say too much about anything, but some people like not
just that you were talking about it like that.
So they're not happy that you're out on social media at all.
I mean, like, again, I can't speak for anybody in the club because I don't know, but I'm sure there's happy people. There's a lot of people that support me. A lot of people reach out to me and are like, man, we love you. You keep doing what you're doing. No matter what
that. I mean, it's not like you're out here fucking telling state secrets. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just not that guy anyway.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what's the difference? I mean, you're just enjoying your life and fucking coming out after 27 years to do your thing. Like,
but I'm sure and just to give you a perspective, if I'm a young guy still, and I'm 25 years old, I would want to punch me in the face.
Yeah?
Yeah, but just because I don't like anybody like that. Even
well, yeah, but did you like anybody? Period. At that point, you wanted to punch everyone in the face. So I wouldn't
like nobody. Like if you left the club, even if you were good, you were a punk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's the way I thought of it as a kid.
Yeah.
So I can understand how people could think that way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure. Listen,
does that not happen to like? So I mean, are there people really that don't end up? I mean, there's plenty of people that leave the club though eventually,
right?
Like
as you get older, on bad terms as opposed to
as you get older.
Yeah, I'm saying
is really the fucking scenario.
Well, no, then you're probably not fucking making it.
It's never no good.
Yeah, it's not. That's not a good thing.
It's just never no good to have animosity with people.
Yeah, don't have hate.
But I mean,
I mean, I live a good life. I don't have animosity toward anybody. I don't have no problems with anybody.
Yeah.
Nor are you malicious towards anyone.
No, I'm not.
So it's
Never.
like-
I would never
it's
do
not-
anything malicious toward anybody.
No.
I mean, the most malicious I'll get is on Snapchat when I just take pictures of people wearing masks or with funny with the
That's fair, dude.
with the Jerusalem Cruiser sandals that I'm like, how do people wear these? Oh, the people that are on these little scooters.
Yeah.
That if you fell, nothing would happen to you. That they got the helmets on. I'm
Yeah,
like, why is this guy wearing a helmet? I just
That
want to know why this guy's
that
wearing a
makes
helmet.
me think of Bean Shooter where he's recording people with masks. He's like, how's the fresh air?
dude.
Yeah, well, that's his thing. So I never say anything. Like, I don't say, like, hey, watch out for that fresh air. Or, hey,
Yeah.
you can't park there. That's Mike's thing. You know, I'm not going to bite Mike's shit.
Yeah.
No,
you know
but
what I'm saying?
it
But I
does
always
piss
think
me
it's
off.
odd when
I don't
people,
think you're biting them. That's a universal fucking burn.
Yeah, no, I
Fuck
hear you.
these fucking
I hear you,
idiots.
but I let Mike do what Mike
like,
did.
It's almost 2026. If you're
Yeah.
still wearing a fucking mask,
Yeah.
you're a fucking retard.
No, listen. I mean, I don't get it. But you know, listen. I think it's people make statements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people, and listen. There's so much freedom in not watching the news and not being involved in politics. There's so much
know.
of a freedom. I'm worried about my life.
I know.
Yeah.
it.
I don't care. Listen. My life consists of I'll go to the ends of the fucking earth for $100 bill.
Yeah.
Right. And I want to be, hang out with beautiful women.
It's a good
That's
deal.
My,
Can't hate it. Can't
that's
hate that.
like I don't call me crazy. But you know what I'm saying? I've had people say like, "You posted a picture of that girl and she looked really young," and I'm like,
Yep.
"Well, she's
She's young.
20. I mean, if that's young, no, I'm saying I get it. Yeah. I don't have daughters. I'm not married. I don't have sons. I mean, I don't have. I come out of prison after 27 straight years. I missed a lot of my life. I missed a lot of that time, and I'm trying to go back and make it up. And the bottom line is, do you know what you like when you see it?
Yes.
It's amazing. Do you know what you like when you see it? I know what I like when I see it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And listen,
I shouldn't judge myself for it, and no one else should judge
nobody's
me for
getting
it.
hurt,
I like what I
right?
like.
So here's the thing. So, and about that, and I'll just touch on this. There's two things, right? So there's a legal issue, right? And there's a moral issue. So I know what happens when people go to prison for legal issues. They're scumbags. They get treated like shit. They're scumbags. But after the legal issue ends, it becomes a moral issue. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people are locked into these relationships with people that judge people and say, this is wrong, and their spouse or partner or whoever it is has to say, yeah, you're right, honey. Just because they have to go along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to go along with nobody.
Right.
You know,
well,
I'm not
again,
in a
like,
relationship. I don't have children.
right. But so that
yeah.
makes a big difference.
Yeah.
In
And I'm
your
not hurting anybody. I'm helping somebody
but
if that's the case.
You would 100% probably have a different mindset if you had a 25-year-old daughter,
100%,
30-year-old daughter.
I bet you.
If you had, you know what I'm saying? So like
bet.
since you don't have those things, like there's nothing that you would really need to worry about.
It's very
I don't.
subjective, right?
Yeah.
Because that same person that's judging you, if they didn't have a kid, they'd
But that's what I'm
probably be
exactly- that's what I'm
operating the
saying,
same
like,
exact
those are
way.
Maybe
how
if
it
they
works.
do have a kid and they still had issues,
And that's the
I know a
more,
lot
yeah,
of those
that's
cases
that's
too.
the
No, it
moral
happens.
in your
So,
brain telling you whether or
listen,
not you
all
can do
I
it or
know
not.
is you have to be, over a certain age to have an ID and to be
Correct.
okay. You're
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
a certain
Yeah.
age. Whatever. That's what the law says.
If you can't take them to the
Morality
club,
says another thing.
Yes, but if you can't take them to the club, it's kind of a little bit harder. But like, I mean, gives a fuck.
I mean, you can always go to my house. just saying. I'm just saying. And a shout out to Snapchat.
All right, I'll see you
because
there.
That's happened a few times.
I like this guy. You know what? I think we got to go to the titty bar, dude.
No, and I'm saying it's like a Bill Belichick issue, right?
Right.
Everybody, but I mean, how
Yeah, but
miserable? How miserable?
do
is
his
your own
age gap
life?
and subtract it. Keep the gap, but subtract it a little bit. It's wild.
I know
His gap
but,
is wild.
It is wild. There's no question about
50
it. But
years is
the
crazy,
o-
but-
the- I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
but
I want to be him.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
the
crazy.
only two people that have to be in agreement with anything is the two
those
people
two.
that are involved.
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
If they're
And
both
I'm
happy.
sure Even if they're not happy, show me 10 people that show me
Fair.
out of 100 married couples. Show me
that
2 that are happy.
Based on recent occurrences in my life, I 100% agree with that statement.
It's how it goes.
I completely agree.
I'm not going to be unhappy. I'm not going to fit into this box where people want me to fit into. I'm just me. If you don't like me, then that's cool. Listen, 100, that's great. Dynamite.
I appreciate that about you.
Listen, wish me luck.
I love that.
That's all. Just wish me luck. Like I said, I made a reel. I said, if you can't root for me, right? Even if you fucking hate me, who can you root for? Just you have to say, like, you know what? This guy's a piece of shit. He's a scumbag. But you know what? He did fucking 30 years in prison. He's living his life. God bless him.
Right. Yeah.
No, you did.
For real.
You definitely need to live your life right now. I mean, there's... Most of us have had our time in the sun and have had all of those fucking times. Like, you've been out for 2 fucking years. If you don't do this for the next 10, what the fuck did you missed out on so much?
Yeah.
Like, you need to do this.
Go bang this out.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you won't. Maybe you end up settling down when you fucking.
Maybe I do.
But
I never say never. I'm just saying I'm not the type of guy that is like saying I need a relation. A lot of people from jail, they get out and they're like they need somebody to like be with and just be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But me personally, I've dedicated part of my life to trying to give back to people what was freely given to me. Because I have a lot of great people in my life. People have gave me everything, support, money, everything. So for me, I feel that I need to give back to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I went and did commitments at recovery centers. And, one person gave me a scholarship to be a recovery coach. And that's how I'm giving back. And anybody that needs anything can reach out to me. All the people DM me all the time, and they're like, this is this and this. And I'm like, hey, look, check this out. If I could do it for 10,000 days and get through it, you could do it for this amount of time and get through it.
Yeah.
And even if it sucks, get comfortable in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
And it's going to pass.
Yep.
So, there's that. I try to do that. I'm saying I anybody that reaches out to me, I get back to them and I try to talk to them.
And so you're at Power Recovery?
Power Recovery in Revere, Massachusetts. Maddie Powers.
Yep. That's what's up. And we really fucking appreciate that about you, man. I mean, we have so many friends, from my area.
Yeah.
Dude, that have just been struggling for
it's tough.
years.
Yeah,
bro.
it's tough. It's tough.
Friends that died, friends that are
100%.
still stuck. In and out of jail, fucking been dealing drugs just to survive.
Sure.
And it's always nice when you actually have people that can help you get out of that fucking life.
It's amazing.
So
Gratitude.
So we do appreciate what it is that you do. And man, so any way that they can, how would they get a hold of you if they do need help?
So, of course, my Instagram is my biggest platform. It's official_Johnny_Bartolomeo. I'm sure you put it up when the episode comes out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And,
And when they reach out to you directly if they're looking for help?
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
Yep.
And then I'm saying people need a detox, I can get them a bed. People need to talk, I'm saying, send me a message. I'll talk to you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Whatever the case may be.
And what about all these people? There's so many people that don't have fucking insurance. What do they do?
Yeah, so we have ways that we can help people because we have a great network of people that aren't in this. Of course, listen, we're in this to keep the lights on, right?
Yeah,
you got to keep the lights on in the building.
Yeah.
Of course.
You got to pay the employees, right?
Yeah.
You have to do all that.
Yeah. But I mean, we're talking about drug addicts, dude. They don't fucking...
100%.
They don't have jobs. They don't have fucking addresses.
We have people that, take money out of their pocket to make sure addicts get straight.
Right.
And give them an opportunity. So God bless them guys. And I mentioned them already. Guys like Slane, guys like Eric Spofford, guys like Maddie Powers, guys like Matt Gannum. That just Eddie McGrath and Rockland Recovery just go over and above. I had Eddie McGrath talk to me from Rockland Recovery, and he was like, "Man, I seen you were in that place in Colombia. It's a place called La Bomba. It's a little island. There's not even a car. It's just scooters, and it's just abject poverty." He goes like, "Next time you go, will you bring money so they can get food and stuff like that? Just have a party or something. I just want to do something."
Yeah.
Like these are what these people do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is like a guy like Eddie's he's like, "I'm so grateful that I have all this stuff." You know what I'm saying? I have a nice house, I have a nice family, but I just want to do more for people. Yeah. Whereas, a lot of people are just like, "Hey, just mine, give me mine." Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's got like
that recovery world has also been there's been so much fucking like controversy
No,
around
yeah, sure,
it.
there has been.
So it's like it's good that there are some good people still left
without a
within the
doubt.
business. You
And
know?
I mean, in every walk of life, we find that, right? I'm saying
No,
just,
it's facts. It's facts.
you know, just good and bad everywhere, man.
No, for sure.
You know? And you pay for your bad.
Yeah.
It's called karma.
Yeah.
And I believe in it 100%.
Right. It comes back around.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. I think you got yours already in
I
this
mean,
lifetime.
you know, hopefully, if that's the worst that happened to me and I got through it,
Yeah.
you know, it's just a testament that if you're watching this show and you're messed up and you think that things can never change, they do. You just have to all you have to do is hang on.
Yeah.
You just got to fight for one more day.
Could be 10,000 days, but you got to fucking do it.
And listen to this. I'm going to tell you one thing. If you fought every single day, right? There was a point in my life where I just took losing as just common. I'm going to fight today, but I'm going to lose. I'm not going to get out of prison. I'm going to lose every single day. But if you can take pride in the fact that you got up and fought another day, and that was a victory in and of itself, then you're just going to be all right.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Dude, you have a tough story, and I'm so fucking glad that you came
Crazy
on the other
outlook.
side.
Yeah, no, it's great.
It's amazing.
I'm happy too.
Yeah. You're fucking breathing. You're here. You're out. You're fucking making people's lives
Vibrant,
better.
not just breathing. I'm
No,
ready to go,
Yeah.
kid. I'm ready to go run a
Well, so
marathon.
that's the
aura's
thing.
there.
That's the thing.
You
It's
got
like,
it.
you took care of yourself. Like, you fucking maintained all the way through, and you're coming out the other side and fucking still beasting, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. I fucking love that. It's a
Have to.
It's a great fucking comeback story, and I'm here for it.
Listen, it's great to be here.
Yeah, man. It is. It really is. Dude, thank you for fucking making your way up to our direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we 100% appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it was a pleasure.
It
You
was
kidding
great.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, this has been
An experience.
100%, dude.
I love meeting new people, man. I love living a pro-social life. I love, networking and just building relationships with people. And the thing is, with me is usually when I build relationships with people, like I really can't even remember like even a small percentage that aren't my friends still today.
Well, so that's kind of how we like it around here. It's like once you're a friend of the show, like you're a friend all the time. So like you are always welcome.
Welcome
my
back
friend.
whenever.
Yeah, we do this every single week, and we just have a blast doing it.
Absolutely.
So please, if you got friends that want to come through,
Sure, I'll
dude,
bring
please-
Jake Scally up. I'll bring Bean Shooter up.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
absolutely.
we would absolutely fucking
Do a little
love
takeover.
that. Yeah, dude, let's do a crossover show or something like that
why
someday.
not?
I would fucking love that. But yeah, man, let's. You want to go see some titties at the titty bar? What are you thinking? let's go have a fucking night.
I might be persuaded, but I got to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. But hey, I'm your boy Danny Jones. That's Frank Wolf. This is my guy, dude. He is Johnny Bart. He is going to be back. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome.
Peace.
Peace out. That was good, right?
Minus Michael.
1, 2, 3.